Welcome to our final meeting for Choose to Cruise. This is a program that Anya and I started to help our groups earn the current incentive. It is a cruise, an Alaskan cruise. So we are super excited because we've been through a lot in the past 6 months. We've talked about a lot of things. We've done a lot of trainings, and we have a lot of people who have earned this incentive. So it's super, super exciting. Tonight, I'm going to go over our current earners. And then Anya's going to speak. And then Mindy Hilton is also going to speak with us tonight. She is, other than Anya and I, the only other level 3 earner so far in our group, which is amazing. So she's going to talk to us, and then I'm going to wrap it up. And that's going to be it for Choose to Cruise. So first things first, like I said, level 3 is myself. I'm actually currently in the top 75, but hopefully I can hang on to that. Anya Faust and Mindy Hilton. So we are in the level 3. We have earned a trip for 2 Alaskan cruise. Incredible. Cannot wait. So exciting. Level 2, who have earned a cruise for 1 for themselves. Emily Smith, Sylvia Sletsky, Paulina Quay, Tara Dickerson, Paige Rooswald, and Leslie Banner. So congratulations to them. That is an amazing job. I was going to say almost all of them, but a lot of them, this is their first incentive that they've earned. So it's super exciting to earn a trip on their first incentive. And then level 1, this is your coverage or your payment for SFR registration, which is super exciting because it's a big chunk of change. So level 1, we have Katrina Anderson, Sarah Evans, Heather Dunbar, Jennifer Peterson, Ashley Crabtree, Jess Torres, Sarah Wilson, Kimberly Cooper, Tiffany Forbes, Kimberly Norris, Lindsay Lynn, Brittany Bryant, Brittany Sussex, and Shelly Ottoman. Guys, that's so amazing. Congratulations to everybody. We have 23 people who have earned a level in this incentive. A lot of them are super close, like sickening close to the next level. A lot of people in our group are super close to earning level 1 as well. So just remember that it's not over till it's over. Okay. So congratulations to all of those people, 23 people so far. And I remember when I went on my first incentive trip, I told Eric, and he will tell you to this day, that I said, I cannot wait until I can have people on my team and in my group with me on these trips. It's amazing. It's a totally different vibe. If you earn the trip, there's a lot of what ifs in the world right now. And all I will say is keep grinding, keep going, because this will help your business in the long haul, even whatever happens. Okay. So just keep that in mind. So Anya is going to kick us off with talking about mindset. I'm going to pass it over to you.
Okay. All right. Mindsets, you guys, I want you to be thinking, and even if you're here and like you didn't hit the level that you wanted to hit, or you didn't hit a level at all, just know that it's okay. All right, there will be more incentives. Okay, don't get super down on yourself, because they're designed to grow your business and your mindset. Okay, you still won if you were doing the things to grow your business. If you were showing up here implementing those things, you still won. Okay, so we're going to move forward working like we did in the incentive all the time. Okay, and then you know that the next incentive is legit going to be in the bag for you. All right, you know what to do from here on out. You know what to do. You know not only how to get an incentive, okay, but you also know how to run a successful business. It takes all the things that we did, all the trainings in this group, for you to run a successful business. Okay, so your mindset, another thing, you've got to hold yourself accountable. You've got to. We don't always feel like working. I did not feel like working today. I'm gonna be really honest. We don't always feel like checking in or even posting in a party. We don't feel like having joint conversations, but you've got to hold yourself accountable to the standard that you are holding yourself to during this incentive. Okay. So what does your commitment look like? This is something that's really, really been on my heart the past just 2 weeks is like, what does your commitment look like, right? What does it look like when it's hard? What does it look like when it seems like you're having a slow month or you're not reaching the incentive that you want to reach, right? I just think of the spring incentives. Sometimes they are made and you literally are doing all the things and you're sponsoring, but the people you're sponsoring aren't working. They're not going anywhere, right? But what does your commitment still look like? Are you still willing to put in the hard work, even when things aren't going your way, even when it's not easy? Okay, we have to be really thinking about that in our minds. Let's just take Katrina for an instance, right? What does her commitment look like? Like, girl's bound up in the hospital, but she's committed and she's here. I don't know if you need to be that level of committed, but like rest when you need it, but you do need to be committed to your business. You need to be committed to showing up to trainings, watching Tip Tuesdays, or if you're on my team, Tip Thursdays. Okay, you've got to be committed in those areas, committed to your business, pushing yourself even when you don't want to. All right. Be committed even when you're not paid at title. Be committed when you have leaders who aren't doing what they should be doing, or they're saying they want something and they're not working like they actually do. You still have to choose to be committed. Okay. We are going to set ourselves up for success. All right. What you do in the off season is going to set you up for success during the season. Same thing with sports, right? My son came in yesterday, his new football season starting, and he sat there and he's like, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to run this route and I'm going to do this. And I'm like, you're talking a whole lot of smack for somebody who hasn't thrown the ball once since you've been in the off season. Like, you haven't thrown the ball. You haven't been doing what you're supposed to be doing at all. Right. But like, so what does that look like? He was not committed in the off season. Don't expect to go out there and be the bee's knees on the field when you weren't committed. You weren't practicing. You weren't setting yourself up for success. Right. Now you've got a team of 12 other boys who are probably were committed. So we have to be thinking about that and manage those expectations. Okay. It's the exact same thing. So me saying that for Sensi, you're going to continue, like I already said, working the way you've been working for this incentive throughout. Okay. You're going to keep that going throughout so that you can set yourself up for success. Because what happens? You start sponsoring all the people, come around next incentive trip or even the next incentive. When those people promote, you might be getting points, right? When you have more leaders, you're building strong leaders, that's just going to help you to get paid at title. Those are points. You're setting yourself up for success. Okay. We have to be looking at it in that way. Stop thinking, oh, this month is tough, or, oh, I'm so frustrated. I wasn't paid at title last month, or it didn't go the way I wanted, and start having a long-term lens. I'm setting myself up for success later. Okay. Another thing, your mindset, push the limit. Yo, we've got to stop settling. We've got to. Sarah talked about it a little bit in Leap to Lead, and it was just so powerful to me because I'm like, how many times do a lot of us sit there and we hit that 2K PRV and we're like, done. Okay, I hit my 2K. And you just stop working for the rest of the month. Like, push yourself, push your limit. It's only going to better you, better your business, expand your customer base. Only good things can come from you pushing yourself. All right. Nobody can do it for you. Nobody can push you. You've got to do it yourself. All right. So I feel like if you're getting 2K easily, stop stopping. Right? Like, that's a double negative. Stop stopping. Like, quit it. Go further, push further, see what else you can do. If you sponsor one teamie a month easily, sponsor 2, sponsor 3, right? Stop sitting there and saying, well, I'm just really not comfortable with trying a little bit more. Okay. But great things come outside of comfort zones. So no, we're not doing that. Okay. This is a new year. We're changing our mindset and we're going to do hard things. Period. That's what we're doing. Okay. You're here because you want more. You're going to do hard things and you can do hard things. Okay. We all believe in you here. We're all here for you. All right. So keep pushing for more. Stop stopping. Okay. Moving forward, something that I've just really realized, I've known these things, but I am not the most organized person. Okay. So moving forward, Sylvia said, no, moving forward, I have just come to realize with this, how extremely important systems are. And to have those in place, they're going to change as you're working your business, as you have more teamies, as you up your customer base, they're going to change. But if you can tweak little things here and there, that's so much better than starting from completely the ground up with the system as a director, right? So having those systems in place now is so incredibly important because we want to work smarter, not harder. We are all busy. We all have things to do, okay? The next thing would be front loading. What are you doing? Thank you. Sorry. The next thing, Lord, would be front loading, okay? Front loading. The next thing's gonna be front loading. So front loading is so incredibly important. Sarah hit on this too, and she was like speaking to my soul. When she doesn't have a certain amount of PRV, right, by a certain date and time, she starts to get anxious. She doesn't like it. It doesn't feel good. I feel that. I feel that right now in my business, okay? I did not front load like I should have. And I'm like feeling the pressure, all right? When you can go into your month and you're like, it is set up for success, we are going to do big things as a leader that frees you up to love on and pour into your team, to raise up more leaders and help them, right, with what they need. Otherwise, you're still focused on your business. Okay. That's why we say your business as a leader, the first week of the month, you are focused hardcore on your stuff so you can give more to your team later. All right. So front loading, and being organized. I even bought myself a little planner to try to, we'll see how that works. I threw the last one away. So, but front loading, okay, and systems are going to be key. There you go.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All of the things. Really, I hope this is probably one of the most important trainings of the entire program because we're all up in our feels about where we are in this incentive, whether it's a good feel or a bad feel. And this feeling that you're in right now, carrying you into a new month is, I don't want to say it's a deal breaker, but it makes a difference in your business and where it's going. So Mindy, I'm gonna pass it on to you. You're up, girl.
Hey. So I want to first touch on what I have learned from this incentive about myself, about this business. One of the things that I love most about this is the word independent. I am an independent person. I always have been. I did not like group projects in school because I just wanted to do it myself and do it the way I wanted to do it and get the grade that I wanted and rely on other people for my success. I didn't like that. I want to be successful on my own. I want to do it my way. I want to have it done the way that I want it to be done. When I joined Sensi and things really started to take off, and I realized if I want to keep going in this business and going up, then I have to rely on other people to do what they say they're going to do in order for me to continue to succeed. And I didn't really like that. And then the spring incentive came along. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that was just all you points. There were no downline, frontline points, nothing. It was all you. And I was like, oh yes, got this in the bag. I can rely on myself. I can do what I need to do to get there. I don't have to worry about anybody else. And then this incentive came along and there was no way of being successful, level 2 or level 3, without relying on other people. And as a leader, as a teacher, I am a very hands-on person. I am very hands-on and very involved, but I hear all the time, you know, you have to show them the way so that they can go the way. But if they don't want to go the way, you can just go the other way. And that was very confusing for me for a very long time. When I am teaching dance, I kid you not, I will make sure a finger is perfect and where it needs to be is how involved I am. No, you need to drop your finger down right there because you're not going to like the way it looks on the video when you're watching it back. I promise you. I'm over involved. And so for this, I really struggled with finding a healthy balance between, well, my sponsor just said, copy the party that I did for you and go about your merry way. Good luck. And me being like, I will do everything for you. And then people not doing anything at all with that. And so what I loved about this incentive is that it did challenge me to challenge myself on learning how to coach and help different people differently. I have one girl on my team that is always in my messages, always sending me voice messages. We talk almost every day. She always has questions. She wants to learn. She wants to share what she's doing. And I love that because I'm that way too. Always share, boom, 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 boom. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I have other people that are like, how do you book your parties? I've only literally spoon fed you 14 times, but here you go again. Oh, well, I've tried that and I can't get anybody. Okay, well, there's no magic button. I just ask everybody and I still ask 30 people and I still only get 3 yeses and 14 no's and everyone else goes to me. So I've learned a lot about this balance. And also, I knew that I wanted to get my sponsoring points more. I didn't want to hit a level based on sponsoring points because of that independency also. I wanted to be able to focus on my frontline promoting because it was about them, not because I needed one more person to promote in order to hit level 3. That's just a me thing. But I didn't want to do that because I didn't want their promotion to be about me and be about me hitting level 3 or level 2. I wanted to square that all the way so I could fully focus within these past 6 months about it being about them and it being genuine. Like, you are so close. You will get a pay raise forever. You are so close. You will start making money from your downline. Let's do it. Let's go. I wanted it for them. It was 100% about them. I got a little bonus because of it, because I got the points, but it wasn't like I needed 2 more people to certify in order to hit level 3. I didn't want that. I wanted to hit level 2 and level 3 because I got the sales that I needed to get, because I booked that one last party, because I messaged 31 people instead of 30. And I liked that. And that is something that I am so focused on maintaining through the rest of my business and my career with Sensi, because guess what? That spring incentive is going to come around again. And it might be all about you points. And on one hand, I'll be like, yes, don't have to worry about anybody, but I'm not going to let that allow me to drop what I have built within myself on learning how to coach people individually based on what they need from me. Not everybody needs the same thing. Some people want me to come to them. Some people want them to come to me. And I think first and foremost, no matter where you're at in this incentive, you should look at your point balance and use that as a tool for what you need to self-reflect on and work on and assess moving forward. I know that I have more PRV points than sponsoring points. I know that. Everybody, well, the people who can see it know that. And I'm sure you all can assume that. So I know moving forward, I've got to keep working on that and keep going with my sponsoring and my coaching and my trainings and figure out the people on my team who are going to show up and do it. What do I need to do as a leader to speak to them? Because everybody is different. Everybody needs to hear it differently. Not everybody learns the same way. I do need to see something first. I need you to show me how you do it first. Visually see it. If you send me instructions, I'm like, I don't have time to read this. If you show me, then I get it. And then I want to do it with you. And then I'm good to go by myself. Not everybody's like that. Some people just want words and instructions. Don't talk to me. You'll distract me, whatever. I loved that aspect of this incentive because it did push me out of my comfort zone, because even though we're independent in the sense that we do not have a boss, you are the boss of other people. So you are independent in the sense that you are your own self, but not everything in Sensi is the spring incentive where you just have to worry about yourself. So I'm focused on maintaining what I have learned through self-reflection of myself to continue on through this journey to crush the spring incentive. And I'm taking those bonus points. Highly recommend you do too, to set yourself up for success and get a leg up in this next incentive. You don't need all of that product credit. It's a lot of product credit. You don't need it all. You have open parties all the time. You're fine. Get those points. get that spring incentive and get those points to help you. I felt blessed and lucky and beyond fortunate that Katrina was like, no, you want those points. Trust me, you want those points. I was like, okay, I'll get the points. And then I got the points. I was like, I got those points. Absolutely. So hitting level 3, I share a lot about Scentsy. I share certain things I'm doing. I just went for another tattoo removal today, another session. And usually I post, thank you, Scentsy, the little income disclosure for my tattoo removal. This is something that's very important to me. And I'm literally able to do it because of Scentsy. And I want people to know that. We go to SeaWorld. I let people know that. I had not shared about this incentive until I was about like 2,000 points away from level 3, which people think point per dollar is a lot, but really like 2,000 points. It's just different to us. You know what I mean? It's not as intimidating or as high of a number as people think it is. And I kid you not, the second I shared about it, people were coming out of the woodwork like, what do I need to do? How much do you need? How can I help you? Because you guys, people want to be a part of your success story, especially something like a cruise. If you're like, I haven't met my monthly goal yet, place an order. That is different. That is so different. It is viewed differently. It comes off differently. I had people I don't even know. I just knew like through a party that was like, oh my gosh, I did an Alaskan cruise. It's incredible. Let me help you get there. Send me a link. Literally random people wanting to be a part of my success story. People wanted to be the order that got my husband on the boat. I want to be part of people's success stories. I knew me becoming a director was a huge deal, but I also knew that I wanted to be the one to help Katrina get to her next goal too. I wanted to be that person for her. It was important to me that I played that role in her success. It is important to, her first name is Kate. I won't say her last name, but she was honored when I said, you are the order that got my husband on the boat. I will remember this forever. And she was like, oh my God, I just wanted to help. But this is incredible. Like, I'm so happy for you. She has never ordered before. She's not in my VIP group. I can tell she sees my stories. She's never commented on anything. But when I was that close, she wanted to be a part of my success story. If you are not sharing how close you are to any of these levels, you are doing yourself a disservice. People want to be the one to help you succeed on this scale. Something like a monthly goal is so different. And I encourage you to tread lightly with stuff like that. But something like this, that's huge, that I know I will remember that for forever. I've known her for a very long time. She has never supported me before. And this order got my husband on the boat. I will honestly remember that for forever. And she knows that. And that's an honor to her. People want to be a part of your success story. I don't know what it was about the cruise. I guess I didn't want to feel like beggy, it's all about me, help me get on the boat, blah, 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 whatever. Like, I didn't know how to talk about it, I guess. But when I was $2,000 away, $100 away, I should say points, 33 points away, within minutes, I had 15 people messaging me. It was incredible. It was like, why did I not do this 2 weeks ago? I would have locked it up, 2 weeks ago. But if you haven't shared about it yet and you're so close, just do it tonight when the meeting is over. People want to be a part of your success. And literally with the incentive, every order gets you closer to what you want. You might be 200 points away. That's nothing in Scentsy land. That's nothing. That's not as intimidating as people think it is. And so I think that at that last moment, the last 4 weeks that I've really shared about it and talked about it and talked about why it was important for me to do this. I have always worked a little bit There was a time in my life where I made enough to take care of myself. But now I don't know if my income alone as a dance teacher would provide for the family. My husband's does. But in terms of like buying a week-long vacation for the two of us by myself is something that is not going to be possible for a very long time. And the fact that I was able to do this for myself and for him and my kids, I mean, they're ecstatic to go to their grandparents' house for a week. So everybody's winning. We'll see how my parents feel after a week with my kids. But when I shared that, like, I just want to be able to do this for him. He provides so much for us. I want to be able to do this for him. People were all about it. All, oh my gosh, yes, what an honor. That's so cool. Yeah, do it. Blah, 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 blah. I just encourage you to share about it. If you're so close, people will view it differently than you posting, I'm $150 away from my monthly goal. People will 100% view it differently. It's such a bigger scale. It's such a bigger accomplishment. And I just encourage you to try it.
Yes. And I know that the first thing that Mindy talked about being independent was something that she struggled with. And she's talked to us about that before. But knowing that that's something that she learned during this incentive is going to be so helpful for her business moving forward too. So thank you, Mindy. So I'm going to wrap it up with you guys. And y'all know I'm gonna might push some buttons. That's just what I do, I guess. But first things first, we earn points for certain things in our business with our incentive, right? So every incentive, I don't want to say the exact same things, but it's very similar in how we earn points to earn the trip, the level, whatever you want to call it. So first things first is PRV. We will say it till we're blue in our face. PRV is the base of your business. You have to have that. You have to have high PRV is a non-negotiable in all three of ours who spoke tonight business. It's not a question. It's never, I'm not going to even say that it's always easy for us, and it may seem easy because some of our numbers are higher, but it's not because we continue to push ourselves to do better. Okay. So PRV. If you're in this and you're hitting your minimum of 200 every month, that can tell you right now, leading into my next thing is PRV consistency. Since he wants you to be consistent with your PRV, and they're real nice because they put it at 1K consistently for 5 out of 6 months is, that's what I expect from a leader. We'll just put that out there. That's something that should be done by a leader consistently. Have an off month, sure. But 1K every single month, that means that you're getting closer to 2K and that you're consistently working your business because, and I can speak from experience from this, when I was a baby leader too, I was okay with having my 500. No one ever told me that I needed more, that there was more options. And so I was always okay with just hitting the minimum. And I was paid a title, right? That's all that meant. But having that consistency of the high PRV, not just for the incentive, but in your business is going to continually to grow your business. And yes, that's why we always teach 2K in our group, because you're going to get that 5% bonus. And that's next level. We'll just put that out there. 2K is next level. You want to grow your business big and strong. You want to start making insane paychecks, 2K PRV a month. Minimum, non-negotiable. We talk about having anxiety. I get anxiety if I'm not at 2K by the 15th. If I'm not at 2K by the 15th, we are not okay. Why? Because that's where I've gotten to in my business. I'm not saying you're going to be there tomorrow, but that should be a goal of yours to have that high PRV and to have it consistently. You can control your PRV. Okay. Mindy already talked about you can't control how people work. Anya talked about you can't control if people want this or not. You can control your PRV. It's the one thing in your business you have complete control over. Someone says no, someone ignores you, move on to the next person. There's so many people in this world. There's so many people on your Facebook There's so many people in your neighborhood. There's so many people on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all of those things that probably have never even heard of Cincy. So your PRV is in your control and you get to decide what that's going to look like. Like I said, you may not be like, okay, I'm going to hit 4K tomorrow. Okay, no, but it is in your control to say, I'm going to hit 4K within the next 3 months. You can do that. Okay. The next thing is you promoting. And a lot goes into you promoting. It's real easy to be like, you're promoting your promotions because they don't happen just like that. But the other points of the incentive are going to help you promote. So your PRV, your sponsoring, having those sponsoring points, not just for joining you, but for doing successful in their business. And again, that's not something you can control, but it is something that you can work on. Onboarding people, being a consistent leader that shows up, that trains, showing your team that you're there, regardless of whether you're a lead consultant or superstar director, whatever you are. A leader is not a title. Okay. So having those promotions, having those paid at title points, again, paid at title is a minimum. It's a non-negotiable. Okay. This is where you're going to have to start building that foundation big and wide. So we're not relying, right? Because we can't necessarily rely on people for our success. But when we start building things big and wide, it takes the pressure off just a group of people or a small group of people, and it widens that responsibility throughout our team and throughout our group. So if you're stuck in a place where you're not getting paid at title, or you're not promoting, or your team's not doing what you want, you need to go out, and that needs to be your focus, is to find a new team and a new group that does want that. Okay. And be upfront about that when you're sponsoring people. I'm never going to turn down someone who wants to join Cincy, but what I'm looking for are people who want to make money, okay, who are coachable, who are driven, who have goals. Like, that's my ideal person. Not everyone's going to have that when they join, right? And that's okay. Everyone has a place in your team. But I'm very upfront that this is a business to me. This is my job. Just like you get up and go to your 9 to 5, or you go and teach your students, or whatever you do, this is what I get up and do every morning. And I'm very passionate about it. So yeah, I take my job seriously, just like you take your job seriously. Okay. And hopefully that as much as you take Cincy seriously. Okay. Frontline Promotions, kind of already hit on that. That's another part of how we got points. Y'all know how we got points, but I will say those incentive points that we got from the last spring and summer incentive, the 3K incentive points, I had this written down for me to talk about too, because that could be the difference between me and top 75 or not. Okay. That could be the difference for someone hitting level 2 or level 3 and bringing their husband on a trip. That can be the difference. We have people who are less than 1,000 away from the next level. And if they don't get it with their PRV, they lost it. But what if they would have had 3K extra points? Not everyone had the opportunity to get them. Some of y'all are brand new and you weren't around during that incentive. But guess what? A new incentive is about to start. Okay. We don't know when it's going to start exactly. We never know. But just know that those points can be the difference in you earning the next level, earning a level period, or getting your significant other on the boat or on the trip. Okay. So keep all that in mind. This business is ongoing. Just because the incentive is over doesn't mean that we're not trying to still practice those things. Okay. So what's that mean? If you look at our comp plan, watch the training today about it. Our comp plan doesn't assume that you're just going to sponsor one person and be done. Our comp plan assumes that you're going to continually sponsor, continually build that team. And it's going to tell you exactly what you need to get to the next level with your team. So go take a look at our comp plan. That's what our business is based around. It assumes, and Cincy assumes, that you're going to keep going and going, because the only person who's going to stop you is you. Okay. The only person who can stop you from getting to that next level in your business is you. You are given all the tools. Even without this group, you are given all the tools that you need to be successful in that little thing called a workstation. Why? Because I've been there and I know that's all. I know what it feels like to have that and just that to go by without any personal communication or connection with anyone else to be successful. Okay. So I'm going to tell you, this group is a blessing. Our leadership group is a blessing. Your upline, my upline, their upline is a blessing to have that community within our group. Because it's not something that we have to give, but we do because we want you to be successful too. Okay. So keep going, do some self-reflection. This was hit on. What skills have you learned that you're going to take forward in your business? What was really easy during this incentive for you? What was really hard? What was something that you did that you never really even incorporated in your original plan? And if that's nothing, then you need to go back and do another self-evaluation, because my business drastically changes every single 6 months. It's crazy to just go back 6 months and see where you are at the beginning of this incentive. Okay. What changed in your business during this incentive? And are you satisfied? Are you satisfied with the work that you put in? Okay. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say, for the most part. And then other people can be like, heck yes, I worked my butt off for this. I am satisfied with the work I put in, not just because of the level that I earned or didn't earn. That's not what it's about. And I'm going to be really, really, truly honest with y'all. We said this at the beginning, but these incentive times are not about the trips. The trips are magical. They are irreplaceable. They are something that you cannot put in words. You cannot fully understand it until you go on the trip. But this incentive is not put in place for you to go on a trip. Okay. Cincy spoils us and they go above and beyond what they need to do to allow us to go and experience these things. But it's not about the trip. Cincy is trying to teach us how to run a successful business. Those things that we got points for are things that are going to lengthen your business. They're going to elongate that lens. Just like Anya always says, this is a long lens business. This is looking for the future. Okay. So make sure that you know that whether you earn level 1, you earn level 3, you didn't earn a level, it was all up to you. Right. Okay. And just know that it's not over. We're talking about what's next because it is almost over. But we have more than a week left, guys. A lot can happen in a week. A lot of PRV can happen in a week. And a lot of things with your frontline can happen in a week. You could host a party tomorrow with someone who has a 500 or a 1K party and they decide to join. That's 1,000 points. Okay. So that could be the difference. So the only person who gets to say it's done is you or January 31st. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.